I'm looking. There it is. I'm looking for the button to,
Hey,
to
we
get
did
off
it.
the live soon. I couldn't find it.
What's up, everyone? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm Matt, and this is Dan, and this is Coffee and Questions, where we answer your questions about live streaming and, well, really anything else you might want to ask us. Dan, what's up?
Yeah,
How's it going?
I'm going well, man. Like, yeah, I was talking to actually you on the Discord. Said I already had my first cup of coffee, so there's gonna be no spelling errors, no issues whatsoever. I'm not gonna
I
forget
just wouldn't
where
say that.
the
Like, don't say that. Like, I just allow those things to happen because if you say they're not going to happen and they do, you'll just feel very shameful.
right. I
And
also like that. I'm over here saying, yeah, there's gonna be no issues whatsoever, and I'm like, where's the button I'm looking to push to change my multi-view?
it's
We're off
like the
to a great
most
start.
Mondayest Tuesdays around. It is
That's
Tuesday, right?
it is Tuesday.
Because usually we do this on Mondays, and doing this on Tuesday it is really throwing me off. So happy Tuesday. I don't think I said Monday in the beginning, but happy day to you,
Yeah,
whatever day
happy
it
day.
is.
Hey, as Matt said, like we're here to answer your questions. This is time that Matt and I have set aside to go live and just kind of goof around on a live stream with you all. And but you know the big point here is to answer your questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and comment those, and we'll display them on screen here. We can talk about them, answer whatever questions you have. If you have live streaming questions, great. We know a lot about that. If you have Switcher Studio questions, we know even more about that. But we'll answer other
Mhm.
things as well.
And I have a question for everyone as that we're getting here, and I'm sorry I didn't have you write this out sooner,
I'm
but
gonna
we'll
do it right
we'll
now.
test your spelling. I want to know everyone's. I think we ask this a lot, but I always want to know. I want to know everyone's most embarrassing moment in a live stream. Can you get
What
that?
is your
EM
most?
Bear. Good morning, Asia. Good morning, Katie. Hope you're doing well and you have your coffee or tea handy. I feel like I just can't get the sleep out of my eyes this morning.
All
Dan,
right.
what time do you normally get up in a day?
It depends on when the 2.5-year-old wakes up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
Lately, she's
sense.
been sleeping in. I've been having to wake her up. Like today, I was up at like 6:45. It was kind of nice.
That's that's early. But okay, that's not that bad actually. Our I feel like I have 5 kids. I feel like every child has like slept a little bit better, and now our youngest is 4. Um, and now our 4 year old, like, she legit will sleep until 9:30, and we have to like wake her up. But she like doesn't want to go to bed at night. She's like, listen, she wants to listen to an
Yeah,
audio book, like just hang out.
living her best life. Yeah.
Uh, what's up, Ed? Good morning. Yeah. Hey, if you all have your questions, please ask them. We were doing this all for you, and we have a question for you. I don't know if you were able to get it typed out.
Yeah, I
Maybe
did. I need to find a new place. Tell us in the comments too. Where should I put this logo? I want to keep our logo on screen.
just just put it right
What
here.
about what if I do it like right here, like above, like below that one? How's that look? Does that look good?
Uh, um,
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I think I liked it where it was before. Were you just scared you're gonna like
Well,
put?
when I put this up, it's going to cover it.
Well, then make it a little smaller and put it right in that little spot below me, in the same spot it was. Like, just shrink it a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay. So
This
I
is
think like
this is real time live streaming.
you all tell us what would you do in this situation? Where are you putting the Switcher Studio
Yeah.
logo? That looks good there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, I think that's good. I don't think it
Okay.
needs to be like right in
We'll
that
leave it there.
spot.
We'll leave it there
I
for
feel
now.
hey, we'll talk about it. All right. We have a planning meeting tomorrow. We'll talk more about it. We'll hash this out. Hey everyone, thanks for being a part of that. Okay. We did it.
Oh, here I think we had one. Or I think we have some people talking about their embarrassing moments. This is what I'm talking about. Um, who's this said I had an efficient trip over the Arbor? Is that right? On the way to the signing table on a live stream. Love it.
Ed says my most embarrassing moment in the live stream was when I was interviewing the lieutenant governor of South Carolina, and the owner of the studio where I was forgot to pay his internet bill. Everything stopped streaming, but Wi-Fi kept us together to record. Oh no. Ended up
Hey,
on the
that's
flight.
that's
Yeah,
that's live.
gosh.
That's troubleshooting live. I love to hear that. I mean,
Uh, oh man, I
we appreciate you, Asia.
that is that's so fun, Ed. My most embarrassing moment, I think I've shared this before, but for those of you who haven't heard it, uh, I stream tabletop games, board games, usually with my wife. And there's this game called Now Boarding, and you're in charge of like, you're a flight like director. So you're like, have flights going across the US. You're trying to get passengers on and off the right planes and get into the appropriate destination. Anyway, there is a two-player variant for the game, and I didn't take out any of the cards that shouldn't have been in there. And then the maker, designer of the game, was on the live stream, and we were chatting with him and like realizing like we've messed up everything. And we had
That's
played this game
fun.
so many times, and then we got to the point where like we're just like so flustered and like embarrassed that we've messed this up. Like we forgot how to end the game. We're like, well, how do we? It was, it was just bad, and I was like, oh my gosh, like you just don't want to embarrass yourself in front of someone who's made this like really great game or anything really. So
Hmm.
uh I lived.
I love everyone sharing these. It's making me feel better about myself. I've shared mine too. You know, I've spelled things wrong all the time. I've mispronounced people's names. I think that was one on here too. I've had a bee fly into my face. I think there's a clip somewhere out there on the internet with that.
Yep, I love
Um,
that one.
I could tell you a fun story from like pre live streaming days that this isn't exactly live streaming, but still it was a live event. So for those who don't know, Nick, our CEO, and I, before Switcher Studio, we had a like in college to just make some extra money. We DJ'd like uh, weddings and school dances, things like that. And Nick over there, love him to death. We're getting ready to start a wedding and introduce the bridal party, and I forget how like what the spelling was, but like I looked at him like I don't know if this is Frey or Fry. We should ask someone to make sure.
Oh
And Nick's
no.
like, it's Frey, 100%. I know this. I'm like, okay. So we pronounce their
Oh
names, they
gosh.
come out, and it was completely wrong.
Whoops.
So yeah, that was pretty bad too. But they had a good humor about it. They rolled with it. We
Good.
had we
Good.
had some fun with it.
Yeah,
So
I have to have good humor about my last name too. Warm Beer is my last name. So almost no one gets it right ever. So you just kind of you roll with it. I did see a question come in here from
yeah, let's get
Des
some
Duffy.
questions.
Did you see it?
I did. I
Devin
put it up
Sandell?
and then I brought it
You
down
did.
because I'm like, ooh, that's
Okay,
a
that's a good one.
um,
Hey
hello
guys,
from
hello from
London.
London. When can we expect the next product update preview of new features? How about
Soon.
very soon? Uh, I would. How much can we say here, Dan?
I don't know. Isn't it like, aren't we
I
doing like, isn't there like an update going out like today or soon?
I don't think it's today.
Like very soon. So we've got some stuff we've been working on. There's like a more minor release that's going to be coming out soon, and
Okay.
then
Yes.
a more major release that's going to be coming out. We're hoping, in a month or so. I don't want to give the exact dates in case those
Yeah.
change. But
Yeah.
we do have some
Because
fun
we work
things.
with Apple, like sometimes they throw things back and say we have to change or fix or make it a different way. So it's all kind of we have a pretty set date we're going for, but that may change. So
So
uh,
There, we
soon.
have we do have a live stream that we're planning and scheduling for the end of the month to talk about a whole bunch of this stuff.
Mhm.
I guess I can talk about a couple things. There's going to be some brand profile stuff coming soon.
Mhm.
There's
Yep. Here's your preview. Here's your preview
here's
right
some
here.
preview. I won't go
Yeah.
through like showing any of the stuff right now, but there's going to be an update to the clips feature, so a little more functionality with it.
Mhm.
One thing I'm excited about in there is being able to like resize your video clips. So
Mm.
like if you like we're shooting this in landscape, but like let's say I
Yep.
wanted to create an Instagram reel from it, like and Matt said something really funny or good, I can actually clip out and have that square video. So yeah, some of that stuff's coming. Simulcasting I think has been talked
Simulcasting. Yeah,
about,
that's
so
going to
that's
be a
coming a
lot of
little bit
people's.
later. But
Yep.
yeah,
And Dan and
things
I
we're working
will
on.
probably do a live stream around simulcasting when that all comes out. But there's your little bit of a preview. So yeah,
Yeah,
we'll let you know more later.
we'll do the whole rundown later. Don't want to
Yes,
don't
we
want to give
will.
away too much. Um,
Uh, I just saw Chris Strub's most embarrassing moment, and I I kind of love it. Was producing with a remote host and remote guest. Guest was being interviewed when lights went out behind her. They were motion detected, like a horror film.
This part of
Uh,
the like I always talk about,
uh,
when going live, one of my biggest pieces of advice is to just don't be afraid to go live, and when things like that happen, just laugh about it and keep going, have fun. You know, keep going.
yep, you just go with it. Hopefully, it's not too bad, where you've hurt yourself, but just keep going.
Here's
Just keep
botched
going with it.
names, yep. I see one from I think this was Kevin Jack of Livestream, right? Was it? It's just his Facebook user here. Um, Saying we streamed a float fest for free. It was a bunch of people gathering on rivers. That sounds great with bands.
Oh yeah,
We were mostly
be
testing out
great.
equipment and having fun with our production. We had a stationary cam just showing the dock and people entering the water. A lady, oh gosh, lady decided to strip down to her bathing suit right in front of our camera, bending. That's a new one.
Oh man.
That's a new one. That's pretty funny. Um,
Oh gosh.
yeah.
Okay, it
So
looks like we have a question here from Chris.
yeah, let's get to some of the questions. I love
Oh
hearing all these
man,
though. You guys are cracking me up this morning.
it's so good. Why would certain video assets stored in the app disappear, as in not available to play, while others don't?
That's interesting, Chris. They're gonna stay there unless you delete them from Switcher. Maybe check to see if you upload them to the Switcher cloud and they're not stored there. If you have a more specific example, we can take a look too. But yeah, they should be.
Ed hopped in. I don't know whether or not this is, if you've heard this, but he says if you delete it off your iPad, it will not exist anymore. The picture may show up, but the video is
Oh yeah,
gone.
yeah, yeah. So you have to keep it in the. That's a very good point, Ed. Yes, and you are correct. So like if you have a video or like an image and it's shared on or saved on the camera roll and you
Mhm.
delete it, it's going to be gone. So I recommend uploading some of those to the cloud that you're going to be using a lot, or make sure that all your director mode files are compiled before you delete things off. Good point, Ed.
Oh, and Ernesto says sometimes iCloud will archive them.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Okay.
Ernesto's here too.
Hey, Ernesto. Ernesto, I want to know your most embarrassing live stream moment if you have one.
Hey Ernesto, what are your thoughts? So for people who don't know, we do these live streams every other week, and so we this one's in the enthusiast group, and before we were doing them in the 101 group, but we're thinking
Mhm.
about doing next week. We're gonna do it on the main Facebook page. I
Yep.
think thumbs up if you think Ernesto should join us on that because I do.
Oh,
We can talk about it later, but he's here now.
yeah. No pressure, Ernesto. I mean, just the answers right now.
Love to
Um,
get more of the team members in. Say hey. He's always fun to have
um,
on live streams too.
that's right. Hey, while we're waiting for some more questions to come on through, just this past week, if you hadn't heard, Switcher Studio has launched its own Discord server, and I would love for you all to be a part of that. Let me make sure that's the right one. All right, just dropped the link in the chat. If you don't know what a Discord server is, for those of you who are a little older and you remember AOL chat rooms or you remember chatting online like you do now, this is a very kind of focused on live streaming. You can come in and ask your questions. It's really about building community. And I'll be there to answer your questions, and hopefully we can all work together to help each other do better live streams. So
Mhm.
it's like a modern day AOL chat room for live streaming in Switcher Studio. So I'd love for you to be there. That's a really maybe a poor explanation, but
Hey, I'm the more I use Discord, the more I absolutely love
yeah,
it. Like I'm trying to get all my friends who I have these like group chats with. I'm trying to get everybody onto
yeah,
Discord just because I feel like it's an easier, more organized way to have those chats.
yeah, absolutely. So if you don't know what Discord is, I just suggest checking it out. It is a little bit, it takes a little bit to get used to. There's quite a bit of chatting, but I think if you give it a try, you'll enjoy it. All right, Ernesto has, yeah,
I love this. Normally you're troubleshooting, your internet or something for live streaming. No, Ernesto's Ernesto's troubleshooting a laminator. Oh
I've had a
no.
laminator jam before. It's not fun. Oh man. Yeah,
It
or
says
it's like
or
ICQ. That's
ICQ.
right. See, okay, I didn't want to go too. I guess like we're probably a bunch of nerds here. Like, yeah, ICQ for sure. It's
Oh,
like that.
okay. He's talking about Discord. Gotcha, gotcha. I thought this
Uh,
was like another reference to something that was weird that he's done.
did you have ICQ?
What's ICQ? I don't think. I guess
It's
not.
like it's like an old Discord, but it's like
Nope.
Discord before Discord. It's like an AOL chat room. Yeah, it's an
I guess
old
everything
chat
is like an
place.
AOL chat room, right?
Basically, yeah,
So
basically,
Switcher
it's like
Studio is
MS
kind of like an
Messenger.
AOL chat room, but there's live
Mhm.
video, and you can.
Yeah, it's a lot like that. Whatever your AOL keyword is, just drop it in the chat. We'll figure it out. Hey, if you're just joining us, please let's we want to answer your questions, not ramble on about other things, but we'll also ramble on about other things too. We also would like to know your most embarrassing live streaming moment. If you want to drop that in the chat, we've gotten some really good
Yeah,
ones.
if you're just joining us, go back and read some of the previous comments. We've got some fun things going on here.
Terry has a question here. Do you see that one?
I don't.
Are you guys using Switcher Studio for this talk? Can you tell us about your steps? Matt's mic sounds amazing. So yeah, do
Our
you?
setups? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. This is Switcher Studio, so I am producing Switcher. I've got an iPad in front of me here. That's like what I'm looking at and reading the comments. That's why my eyes are kind of looking down. My camera's up here. This is just my personal iPhone. It's an iPhone XS. For my lighting, I have just a couple ring lights lighting up the room, and then my mic is this iRig mic HD2 is what I'm using as my microphone. And yeah, that's it. Matt, what you got going on?
And yeah, Dan sends me the link, and I click it. This is my computer. I have a camera right here. This is a Shure SM7B, SM7B, and yeah, like really, I click the link Dan sends me and make sure that everything's turned on. Like it's pretty dang easy for honestly both of us. We really are trying to make these like show you like we're keeping it very simple, and you can also keep it pretty dang simple. So
Yeah, and all the graphics that are going on are just ones I've pre-made in Switcher Studio.
yep. This microphone
do
is kind of an
next
expensive
time.
microphone, so that's probably it has a very good sound. It's also hooked into a Wave XLR. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a it's very small. All of my interfaces on my computer, so I can adjust the levels and everything, and it kind of compresses it so that I will never peak. They're pretty dang dope. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
telling you,
super
I
good.
might plug my I might put my mic into this mount next time, so like I
You
can have
should.
my mic
It sounds
closer
better when it sounded better when it was closer to your body.
when I. Yeah, but this would look kind of weird.
Well,
I could
yeah. I mean,
imagine
maybe
that
don't
doesn't look
put
great.
your body closer, but maybe it can be like
Right.
a reporting on the
I
on the
could hope.
scene.
Yeah, maybe moving a little closer. But yeah, great question. Thank you for
Yep.
asking that. We love talking
Yep.
about what we've got going on here.
Chris would like to know if we would ever be willing to do this in switcher vertical mode
Yeah.
to see the difference. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll plan
we've
on
done
that.
one. We did one a while back, but yeah, maybe the next. I'll tell you what, Chris. The next, so not next week, but the week after, we'll do a vertical video for you to see.
Yep.
It's just I think vertical video fits a different style than what we're doing. Like I like to display the comments and do a bunch of lower thirds and stuff on screen and have us be both large on screen. So the vertical or the horizontal video fits that better. I think vertical video works really well for live selling and some of the other things, but I'll make it work. We'll figure it out, and we'll absolutely the next live stream we'll do will be a vertical video, and the next Coughing Questions in the Switcher Studio Enthusiast.
Yep.
Osmo 5 will work. The DJI Osmo Mobile 5. We've gotten people saying, yeah, it works great, works well. All of them, I think they use the same SDK, so I think we're good with that. Good question.
Terry, I dropped the link to the microphone I have in the chat there, and I'm also going to drop this Wave XLR link as well, so you can check both of those out. They're really great.
Ed's here saying at some point consider interviewing some veterans. Yes, we want to do that. We're going to be doing more of those in the future. I think we're going to be
Mhm.
doing some like completely separate from like coffee and questions. But like, I mean, we see a whole bunch of people here who are in a lot. Like maybe we'll bring you guys into
Yep.
one if you think that's interesting. Something you like to see. These at the end of the day, these live videos we're doing are for you all. Like we want to answer your questions and make these be the best
Mhm.
content for you. So um, if you want to hop on or do some of those things, we'd love to have you on
Yeah.
and
Hey,
talk about what's
you
going
can
on.
send me a message if you want to be a part of one of these shows. Like, let's plan that and go forward. Like, we would, like Dan said, just love for you all to be a part of it because
Hmm.
you all are doing great stuff. Like Dan and I, we live stream some and we do a lot of stuff with video, but you all are doing it probably more weekly than we are, more often than we are. So we'd love to hear your thoughts, see your setup, and yeah,
Yep.
let us know.
No, we'll definitely do that. For those who've been like a part of the Switcher community or like the Facebook page for a while, the main page, last year we did a lot of we called them hashtag made with switcher live streams, and we're going to be bringing those back soon this
Yep.
year. So yeah, you can be on a lookout for those. We'll be doing some of those there. But like I said, we can bring people into these too.
Mhm. Our
We're in charge of
plan.
these live streams. We can do
That's right.
whatever we
Well,
want.
our plan was to honestly, like, Dan and I started together the last quarter of last year, and we just wanted to make sure, like, we just were consistent and we were doing them. And we have plans for kind of some bigger ones where we bring some of you on, where we go on location and show how we would set certain events up, whether that's sports or maybe a concert or worship service or something. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. It's going to happen. And if you have suggestions where you would like to see how we would set some event up, let us know the event and we can see what we can
Yeah.
do. So,
I see John here saying like you'd love to see. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll turn some of these. Maybe we'll do like just basic questions on the main page, and then in the
mhm.
enthusiast group here, we'll have some of you users on, and yeah, love to see it.
Terry, I'm sorry that mic's so expensive. It is. They do make a smaller version of it that if Luke is still in the chat here, he has it. And it sounds, I honestly think it sounds just as good. This one came out before that one did. So just look for that.
I think Kevin over
Um,
there too said he's sent a friend request too.
oh, hey,
Thank you to
Chris had a question about a Roadcaster question. I don't know a lot about Roadcaster, but we can
Okay, I
maybe.
saw this and I think I was trying to think through it. So, Nerdy Requester, can you use headsets that have mics attached, or do the mics and headsets need to go into separate inputs? So, the Rodecaster, is that like the Rodecaster Pro, the mixer we're talking about, Chris? I'm pretty sure that, like, I think those mics, they have like the separate inputs or like two outputs inputs. I can't think. But what I do know is the Rodecaster Pro like the mixer has four headphone jacks on it, so you can plug four headphones in and send them to them. I haven't set up like the headphones with the microphone attached. Maybe some people who do sports here can shed some light into that. I haven't done it before. I think I have down here in one of
Yeah,
these.
he said Roadcaster Pro. So yeah.
You can also pick up something like this. I just haven't had to use this before, but this is a where you can split a headphone jack into four headphone inputs or outputs. So yeah, it has four outputs up here and then like one input on the bottom. So it's just you can find things like that can split that headphone so multiple people
Mm,
can hear what's going on.
there you go.
Yeah.
And then I think there's before I click buy, will it allow IRL guests to hear audio from remote guests?
Yes. Chris, Jared on our team, if you make a post here and tag him, sorry, he's gonna be mad that I tagged him. But he knows
Jared, I didn't say
there's
it,
a
okay? I
way
didn't
there's
do
a
it.
way to set that up. I don't have the Roadcaster here in front of me. I'll be at the office tomorrow. Maybe I can mess around with it. Yes, you can do that. I forget exactly how to do it though, but yes, that is possible to do.
Yeah,
And
Jared may
maybe
be able to answer your
Jared
question.
does know how to do that, and maybe he can shed some light into it.
Yeah.
But great questions there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
see,
everyone. These are good questions.
Chris then here says he's randomly jumped onto one of these before. So yeah, do it again. Yeah, we'll just say yeah. Maybe Matt. We'll maybe make a post after this, Matt, and we can see if people would be interested in joining and doing some of that stuff.
Oh, is Jared here? Or are you just? Oh, okay. You're just tagging him for later days. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just saying for later. Sorry,
Well,
Jared.
Katie tagged him.
Okay. Katie did it.
Surprise!
Katie's the
It's
bad
Kate.
guy.
Kay's one. Yeah, Katie can get blamed. Uh, yeah. Hey, if you're just joining us, we have just a few minutes left, but we would love to hear your most embarrassing live stream moments. We've had some real doozies. Oh man,
Okay,
I love that we all have this commonality that we can do stupid stuff live, and we be like, oh yeah, yeah, that's bad. Oh man,
everyone's been there, and you know what?
everyone's
People are
been
still
there.
out there live streaming. It's
Mhm.
things happen.
Yep.
Um,
uh, yeah. What do you
um,
got?
how about this one? Can you control a remote user's DJI device remotely? Just the Osmo mobiles can be used, and they will have to be connected in like the on the same Wi-Fi as you. So like, if some way someone connected via video chat and they had an Osmo setup, you wouldn't be able to use that. But yeah, you can connect it, or you can control an Osmo mobile from a remote device as long as it's in that same like venue area as you and it's connected to the same Wi-Fi network.
Yeah. Ed, I was asking for the corner bug
Yeah.
spinning logo with adjustable size, location, and speed.
I don't know if like I mean this is great and we're working on our new way to send feature requests in just to make sure we're getting all of the information and we're creating the
Mhm.
product that's going to best fit everybody's needs. So we'll share that out once we have more information, which hopefully that's coming really soon too. I don't think this has been discussed a ton, but it is an
I
interesting
know
idea.
you mentioned it before, Ed,
Yeah.
but yeah, stay tuned. How about that? Stay tuned. Kevin Jack has a pretty embarrassing moment. Maybe not for himself, but streamed a funeral on Saturday. The deceased son asked me to edit his mother's speech. The deceased wife, 50 plus years, he called his. Oh my gosh! I'll let you all read this one.
Yeah, to
Okay.
keep the
You-
to keep the
yeah.
G rating on this, we'll just let you read that one in the comments.
Oh man.
Katie agrees. I think
Yikes.
this wins.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And there will be a newer way to do some feature requests. Not that that one's gonna be lost, but we will have,
Mhm.
like Dan was saying, there's gonna be a newer, more organized way. So but yep. Sent it about a year ago. Okay, yeah. Well, there's gonna be, yes. We have that one cataloged and put into our list of
Mhm.
things to try out to do. So just stay tuned. I know there's a lot that we're working on. Yeah.
That's most of the questions. Like I'll mention one. You always want to make sure you get the ones that people have asked on like the post that Matt made, and there was
Mm.
someone who asked about cross
Oh yeah.
posting,
Yeah.
and just quickly to let people know, or if that person's watching here, cross posting possible through Facebook pages right now. Maybe someone on the Switcher team. I'm gonna say Katie, you do it since you're there. If you could put the cross posting one, because last time I said, hey, could somebody just post it? We got the same article 3 times.
Everybody did.
But yeah, so you can cross post to pages right now. But like I mentioned earlier, simulcasting is coming very soon. So be on the lookout for that too, if that's what
Yep.
that person was talking about.
I went back and I clarified that you and I both misread it. We both said, stay tuned, it's coming. And then we're like, oh, wait, they said cross posting. And I went back and said, sorry, I thought you meant simulcasting. And they said, actually, that is what I meant. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We all were wrong or right or.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, there's that post. Thank you, Katie,
Yeah.
for sharing that out. The other one I saw there was people. We get this question a few times asking about different cameras. In this sense, it was the Mevo camera. If so, switcher to connect directly will need to be an iPhone or an iPad, iOS devices, and then MacBooks or a PC screen
Yep.
is what you can bring in, or an iOS screen. So, like, if you can get that device to show up on a screen like PC and do screen sharing, or Switcher Cast with Mac screen sharing, or the iOS screen sharing. That's one way to bring it in. Like that's how people are doing drones, through iOS screen
Mhm.
sharing. Or if you can get it in as a webcam and bring it in as a remote guest is the other option. So Phil, Phil,
Um,
I'm not going to put that up there, but yeah, different things, like there's different setups for different things. Mevo will work for some people, it's not going to work for other people, but there's some people want to use them, and some people don't. But I think there's a setup for everyone out there, and we're trying to make Switcher Studio the best setup for as many people as possible, I think, here. So
you want to answer these last two questions before we go? I know it's at 10, but Ed asked about an option to purchase features a la carte.
that are not included in the
Yeah.
plan. It's interesting. I don't know if it's being talked about right now. We love hearing these options from you guys. That right now, that's not on our list of things, but things will change. We'll
Mhm.
keep updating and making Switcher the best thing possible. So I don't want to say no to it, but right now it's not being talked about.
And then scrolling lower thirds from David there.
Yeah, just another. If you want
Yeah.
to do that right now, you'd have to, like, again, like I said with the other cameras, iOS screen sharing or video chat is one way to do that. You can also do the getting rid of a black background on a lower third, for like lyrics is what we say
Yeah.
right now, but you could also do that for these other ones. That's another article you can find on our help center if you hop in
Yeah.
there.
And then we'll this last one I'll just re-mention my most embarrassing, and then we can let you all go about your day. For me, I stream tabletop like board games, and it was a game I had played several times. It's about airplanes and moving people across the country. The game developer joined the live stream, and my wife and I just completely we botched the rules. We
Watch
had
the
cards in the
rules.
game that shouldn't have been there. We forgot how to end the game. All while he is watching, and we're like, "Oh my
So that's when you have video
gosh!"
chat set, or switch your studio set up and have them come in via remote guest and
Oh, that would have, yeah.
scold you on the rules.
He's very
Um,
kind. Like he laughed, and he was fine. So
hey, as long as you're having fun,
yeah,
that's what really matters.
that's right.
And then mine, I've had multiple times where I've mispronounced people's names, had the wrong uh, had the wrong information on screen. I've been attacked by a bee during a live stream, and like I said, I think Claire wanted to see that clip too. It's on our Instagram, I think, from a long time ago. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
Yep.
got attacked by a bee on a live stream. That was fun. Um, yeah, all sorts of things all the
I
time.
loved it. It was fun for me. I wasn't there.
Yeah, it was
uh,
like it was funny because this was it was a similar live stream to what we're doing here. It was me and Angela were on screen, and I'm in our old office, and I see a big bee land on the light up above, and I'm like, oh boy, I need to keep an eye out for that. And he was like there the entire time, just hanging out, not being a bother. And like I'm wrapping up the live stream, like, all right guys, thanks for watching. Also, I'm like getting attacked by a bee.
oh gosh, I love it.
But just
Hey,
laugh about
so
it, keep going.
that's right. That's all you can do. Well, we're going to wrap this up here. Next week, we'll be live on the main Facebook page, the main Switcher Studio Facebook page,
Yeah.
and we'll be answering your questions as well. And then we'll be right back here in 2 weeks. If you have not joined the Discord, just do it. I'd love
Hey,
to
if you're using
be a part
Discord,
of it.
it can
Yeah,
be a cool
if you
spot.
if you use Discord, yeah, obviously do it. If you don't use Discord, just consider it, or just
Yeah.
do it anyway. It's your choice. Yeah, Dan, thanks. Everyone, thanks for your most embarrassing moments. Thanks for your questions. It's been good. You all are the best. Anything else, Dan?
That's it. Take care, everybody.
Okay.
We'll see you in 2
Yeah.
weeks, or see you next week on the main Facebook page.
Yep. Peace.